Hey everybody, welcome back. This is going to be another Platinum 4 ranked game for our How to Carry a Support series for League of Legends. I am the Strategy Professor, so let's go ahead and get into it here. So I like the new patch quite a lot so far. I think it's a lot of fun, primarily because it has buffed one of the premier champions that I've been really good with in the past, which is Nami. So this might really be my time to shine. As in Diamond. I hope we can get back up to Diamond. That'd be really cool to take you guys on that journey because I've come so close. There's a point every year. I mean, this year I was up to Platinum 1, and then I fell all the way down to Platinum maybe 5. I don't remember. But I've just kind of been... I got back to Platinum 4-ish, and then just like Platinum 4, 50 LP, 30 LP, something like that. And then I just started playing Total War Warhammer. Just kind of gave it a break, because when you fall that far, it's just very frustrating. And I'm trying to think of how I fell. That might be a good pregame thing to talk about here. So... I think the first thing is I was getting frustrated because I was falling. And I know you guys, you can probably sense that as well when you're playing. I would recommend, if you lose 2 games in a row, stop playing for a while. Just go do something else, clear your mind, because you're going to be too frustrated to focus properly. And of course, my first instinct whenever I lose a game, regardless of how many it is in a row, is that I want to go get it back. Like, I want to win the next game. So it's almost kind of like a gambling psychology, sort of. If you lose, you want to get right back and just cut your losses, get back to even. And that's just not a good mentality to have, because your play is going to be very adversely affected. Because mentality means so much. As I've described in past videos, you really need to make sure that you're coming in with a fresh mind if you really want to gain elo. Or a really positive mindset is even more important. So, if your top lane and mid lane just fed a lot, and you're just really frustrated, and you come into the next game feeling very sarcastic, and you just want to say things like, oh, can we have someone that doesn't go 0-10 this game? Or, should I just go ahead and who's going to be the feeder this game? Or, just something like that. That's the wrong kind of mentality to have, and it spreads to the rest of your team as well. So you really shouldn't play if you're frustrated, mad about the last game. I know that's the temptation. I do it too, and that's a huge reason why you lose large chunks of elo. But if you just stop, if you lose 1 or 2 games, and you just stop and just go do something else, just do some homework, go for a walk, play another game, go hang out with some friends, just do something. Okay, so they have some weird bans. They have Alistar, Elise. Okay, so we know we want Ashe. I'm a little worried about assassins on Ashe. So that makes me want to do Tahm Kench. I'm going to do Tahm. It's probably not the best, but
Call me demon.
I already know,
Water forgets the
and I want to do
names
Nami
of the
just for more lane
ground.
pressure, but the problem is I don't know what they have. I know they have one piece of a pick comp, and I know we have a very immobile AD carry, so those are the 2 things that I do know. So that's why I picked Tahm Kench. I really wanted Nami for the pressure. Nami can be really good with Ashe, but the problem is I just don't know what they have. So if they pick like something like a LeBlanc or a Zed is open. Any kind of like bursty assassin character, like Ashe can't really do anything about that. So I have to have backup for her. Also, I don't know how these guys are going to build. They should build tanky, but sometimes they just don't. So the main reason though is that Ashe is an immobile, squishy AD carry, and they had one piece of a pick comp that's very strong early on. So with Elise, so I need to respect that. All right, so let's go ahead and get our. I'm gonna say they're probably. We'll see what they pick. I've got MR for Tahm and no MR. The difference is just cooldown reduction or not cooldown reduction. Okay, so Soraka, that's fine, whatever. I mean, she's obviously a really annoying support, but they have the luxury of knowing what our comp is, and they see we don't have assassins that can burst her down, so, you know, that's the advantage of having a lower pick. You get to see what the comp is. It's one of the reasons why I really hate being first pick, because I'm very versatile, so I don't need my favorite champion. I mean, I'm pretty versatile. I can play a lot of supports, even though I limit my play to just a handful, usually. So Soraka is very annoying. I'm not sure how we're going to deal with her. I think we do outscale them. The Cliss is a problem. We do have some lockdown with Ashe. We have Ashe. I mean, it's pretty good. Okay, so we don't need MR, I don't think. And I can go greedy and get the cooldown. That's what I'm going to do. So I just do cooldown, move speed, health, a little bit of armor, and attack speed. The Tahm Kench needs a lot of stats. He synergizes well with a lot of things. The attack speed is just simply so that I get those stacks just a little bit faster on them with the tongue so that I can eat them. And it does actually make a pretty decent difference when you're chasing people down. Just getting that attack animation just a little bit faster can be a pretty big deal. So now I could use more armor with him, potentially. I don't know. I don't know if they're the perfect runes or not. They worked really well for me. As I said before I started my precipitous fall, I did get up to about 90% with Tahm Kench. Now, I just had really, really good synergy with a Jhin main. Or he wasn't a main, but he just played Jhin all the time. And he, like I've said in a past video, he was Platinum 5 at the time. I think I was Platinum 4. And yeah, we just really hit it off and had really good synergy and just moved all the way up to Platinum. And then he went into Diamond and just was too cool to hang out with me anymore. So, but we just worked really well together for the most part. And the thing about that that's kind of annoying also is that I want to be greedy and get a refillable, but that might be too greedy. Because I think we're definitely going to get pressured in. Yeah, I'm just going to go with the 3 normal pots. Usually I like to get the refillable, but this is going to be a pretty hard losing lane. Now I do have a lot more mobility. And I can help Lee, like if we warp in behind Soraka. I think, let me see.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
So if we get in there and we just focus down the Soraka, it's fine. So just letting him know what the game plan is. A lot of people just...
Minions have spawned.
Yeah, I assumed he was probably joking. So I don't remember where I was going. I was typing to him. You have to coordinate a little bit with Tahm. That's the thing. It's because people don't understand how he works. They don't know timings and stuff like that very well. So they don't quite understand like how his ult works sometimes because he's a really weird pick. So if you play an unorthodox pick that has a very specific like timing windows, you know, you need to let your team know about that. Now, putting harass on them is not even worth it. Yeah, so what we want to do with this lane, it's a losing lane, so we just want to push and wait. I should have not hit that, actually, because now I'm not going to have a charge for a cannon minion, I don't think. I might, but well, maybe. I doubt it, though. So I lost a little bit of gold by hitting that too early, but that's okay. Now, it's a little bit dangerous to push up this far with Elise, but Tahm Kench is very good at getting people out of situations. Most people will naturally just start going for Ashe. Now they're starting to get a little bit more aggressive. Nami would have been a bad pick into Soraka also. So, you know, if we first pick Nami, we would still lose this lane, most likely. But Tahm has a much better mid game for ganking Soraka. And Jax is maybe dead. Yeah. Lee can hopefully clean that up. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'll take it. Because we got a kill and an assist for that, and they just got a kill, I think. Get some gray skin. So if you didn't catch my one of my other Tahm videos, I tried out the coin item on Tahm, and I don't think that I don't like it. You need the health. He scales so well with health. You're also going to be in a losing lane most of the time, and you need to be able to heal your AD carry. So these heal charges have healed up probably at least a third of Ashe's health over the last, since we've been here. I really want to get this thing. Oh, dang it, I ate the wrong thing. Oh, well. So this is fine, it's important to keep in mind that just because this lane feels really bad, see, like it feels like we're getting pushed in and we're just dominating, we can't do anything, and Ashe is taking all this damage and stuff like that. We're even in CS, so that's all that really matters in lane. You don't always have to get kills in your lane to win. Now, yes, the common wisdom is you do want lane domination. But part of lane domination is picking sometimes it's just picking a comp that's really good in the mid game and just try to survive the early game. Because they aren't playing this right at all. Like, if you have this comp of them, if you have Kalista and Soraka, they should be up in our face, like, the entire time, like, zoning us off of this wave, because we have no sustain. So that's how you should do it if you were their lane. But from our side, we're fine, just sitting here farming, because Ashe has a great engage at level 6, and that synergizes really well with Tahm's ability to warp in Lee Sin behind them. So, if Lee's on board with that, if I just give him enough notice, it should be a very easy, at least single kill, if not double. Because Soraka is very, very weak to ganks. But he's going around getting other ganks in, and that's fine. I'm cool with that. So they're kind of just chasing each other. Hopefully Lee's able to kill the brand. I think he's got him. Is he going to fight him or run? Okay, he's going to fight, at least. If he started... If he started running down river, like if he was low from Elise, we could have come up and helped, potentially. But, yeah, so when you're versus a Soraka lane, you just have to, like I said, just concede that you're not going to get... Okay, Twisted Fate wants in on this. No, I need to get out of here. He's going to heal. Oh, I thought I had that. If he hits this yellow, I can chomp him. No, he's too far. Oh, he's going to get him? Oh, almost. Oh, okay. Well, he's got him. So I'm back out of that. Is he gonna burn to death? Probably. I need to get out of here. Can I save him? No, I can't save him. He's gonna die. That's fine. I mean, I should have probably kept going. I wanted to give up on the play after the miss, though. Like, he just got out of range to where I could flash chomp. So I just want to walk up and get close to him in case someone does anything. Let's just get a couple of these. And a refillable. Come on.
All creation is born, famished, and starving.
Oh, jeez. And she's probably dead. Yeah, there's not a lot she can do about that. Elise is just so good at diving.
I refuse to succumb to culinary degradation.
So I need to get some wards going for, and Elise may have warded this. So I just want to... No. It's not going to work. I thought about it. You know, I shouldn't have done it. He wanted to do it. I shouldn't have done it. I should have just waited. He was maybe wanting to wait on Ashe. I don't really know. It was a bad call. I shouldn't have done it. We can't really 2v2 him. We need Ashe. What's that noise? Thought I heard Callista hitting something. Okay, that's just Ashe, I guess. So TF has globals also. They probably went back and bought. Okay, so Callista did get a kill. When did Ashe die a second time? I thought she only died once. I can't remember. Either way, we just want to... Okay, good. Jax looks like he's getting strong.
Double kill.
Also drown in my magnificence.
Alright, so... Yeah, Tahm feels a lot better. The last game, just trying it out with the coin was just terrible. I just didn't have enough health to do anything. Callista's just really strong. We don't want to... So I need to make sure I have good vision here, just so that Elise doesn't come up and counter gank. So hopefully they push up a little bit. Okay, so just let them have that ward, so now they're going to feel safe. I hope. Don't, no! No! They know he's in the area, though. Where's TF? Did I miss something? Where's TF? Oh, TF's dead. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, what happened? Their top come down here? I don't know. That was weird, but I think we're going to get a tower for it, so. Alright, so I want the fast boots. You just need to be able to move with Tahm. And this. Yeah, I think Fiora teleported down there. Honestly, I just didn't even see it. I was trying to run out. Okay, that's very good, though. No, he's going to die. But he can't really run, either. I mean, I guess maybe he can.
My diet is expansively unique.
So that was a 1-for-1, I think. They just got Lee. No, they got Lee and TF. So 1 for 2, but we got a base tower out of it. So that's definitely worth it. Something in there is warded because Brand backed up. So let me just see if he's pinking this. I assume he probably is. No, he's not. Okay. Alright. It's a little bit risky to use that right now, because I need that cooldown, but we just saw Elise, so I don't think it's that dangerous. Tahm Kench actually has pretty good clear, decent clear. I want Elise to go on Ashe, so I can eat her. Okay. So we brought Elise down here, at least, though. TF should have just stayed on mid. We don't want to get baited into this because we know Elise is around here. This Jack seems like he's doing very well top, yeah. How's Fiora doing? Not as well. Okay, so Elise is definitely around here. That's fine. Now Tahm Kench, one thing to notice, he's not going to look as impressive on the stat card because he doesn't get a lot of assists. He's not going to get your, 23 assists that I get with Nami in a lot of games, that type of thing. So they're going to have to go back and deal with these two guys. So go ahead. Jeez. Yeah, so TF 100% should not have gone for blue there. I know he wants blue, but you just have to look at the map. So if you look at the map and you see, oh, they're pressuring. I mean, I could have eaten him. He didn't need to flash that. Why would he do that? No, leave. You're not going to kill her. So when you see top pressuring their inhibitor like that, you know 100% that Brand has to rotate there from mid lane. He has to. So see, he's doing it again. So that means that TF should be pushing mid, because that's more important than getting blue. You can go get blue in a minute. When you have a rare opportunity to get a free tower like that, you need to take it.
A depth of flavor is what I covet.
He's going to be back here now. But that's just one thing to note. I'll start doing that more. I'll start pointing out not only my own gameplay with support, but I'll start pointing out like what other players should be doing as well, like on their team. Or on my team, just like what people should be doing in all roles, I think, just so you get even more insight. It also helps me just vocalize, as I play the game, what should be happening. Just letting Ashe know that I'm back. Actually, I'm going to grab this really quick, just for a little more control over this area. It may not be worth it, because Ashe is going to be by herself longer bot, but I think they're going to push in. And I just want to, like, control this. So I need to go get wards, but at the same time I don't want to leave Ashe alone, so... And I wanted that scuttle, which is kind of like a little ward, but... Tahm Kench is one of the safer guys to try to stick around with no wards with. Okay, so we've got a top inhibitor down, so we have lots of pressure. They constantly have to have one person there at least, and probably more than one. I'm not sure if Fiora can even clear them. No, she can't clear them effectively. They're stacking up, so they're going to have to send multiple people there. So I think they're going to have to rotate from bot to mid.
My diet is expansively unique.
So I can get there if things start getting really weird. I think, yeah, they're just all going to die. So we just need to get this down here. So I called that so long ago that that should not have happened at all. But, okay, we know where all of them are, so we can maybe get one more tower if TF can hold mid, which I think he can. And a tier 2 bot is worth a tier 1 mid. Oh, never mind, Brand's here. He's going to be able to clear it. Yeah, we just need to back up. So that wasn't worth it. They did almost get the tower, though. So it's like, could have been worth it if they got the tower, but no. Alright, so let's just take a quick look here. What do we need to get? Frozen Heart. Well, now I'm gonna, the burst I think is more of a problem, so I'm gonna go ahead and get Locket just for the brand because his damage is so strong. Even though Callista has more, okay, they got it, and they got a kill. Great. So you guys, you should not. This is a mistake that I see happen all the time on my team and other teams. Do not suicide to go get a dragon. Like, it's not worth it because even if Elise got it right there, she's gonna die. And you might think, oh well, one person for dragon is worth it. Well, that also means that we're free to get this mid tower because now they're down a person or bottom tower. Like you just give up so much map pressure by getting the dragon that a lot of time it's not worth it, and you're not even going to be able to steal it half the time. So it's not worth it. Baron, occasionally, one person dying for Baron is worth it, but just keep in mind, like, you also are giving up map pressure. So just you have to think a little bit ahead. You can't just be thinking, okay, one kill for. We need to back up. We need to back up. See, I don't get an assist for that. That's the thing. I've saved probably 4 people this game at least, and you don't get assists for that as Tahm. So that's why Tahm Kench is very useful, but doesn't show up on stat sheets as much as other supports. I kind of want to just get this. I'm just going to wait a few seconds on this. I could sell my refillable, but I still might use it occasionally. So yeah, Tom's not going to fill up the stat sheets as much. He's not going to be as sexy. You're not going to get as much gold because of that. So these are all negatives about Tahm. So we do need to be careful. Baron is risky, but they do have... Okay, they just got their inhibitor back, actually. Okay, if we only show a couple of people, I think we can do it. So he's not tanky at all, so I need to come here and tank this. I'm not really that tanky, honestly, either. But I'm tankier than he is, so... Okay, so that's a place where doing Baron is fine, because we have full vision of most of them. We can see them in lanes. I could have worked behind that brand, but it's just too risky. I don't know where they are. Okay, where is she going? Okay, nice. Oh, jeez. He's dead. I think. Can I save him? Maybe. Yeah. So it's kind of risky to stand up here and get hits. Yeah, it was a little bit risky. So the locket definitely saved us right there. So I just need to get out of here. TF's probably going to die. I could maybe save him. No, they stunned me. Yep, so I should not have stood up that close. Because I took a lot of damage, and I should have been able to eat somebody out of that brand ult. So, it just wasn't worth it. I mean, Jack's jumping in like that and getting so low on health is... We should have just backed up after that. So what is doing all this damage? I think it's just Brand, right? Brand and Elise? Yeah. So the Callista does do a lot of damage. Fiora is starting to do a lot of damage. Yeah, I guess I'll go and get a Frozen Heart. I was contemplating getting something like a ZZ, but we don't need extra pressure. Jax already puts on a lot of pressure. It's fine. Jeez. Well, I mean, he knows she doesn't have any more cooldowns. She just used them on him. Or he should know that. So why would he use his flash there? Whatever. It's fine. See, I can actually heal him up, which is really nice with this. So this item is still really good. Jeez. Well, they're going to get the inhibitor, I hope. Jack's going to get it. So I'm dying quite a lot here, trying to save people that are doing ridiculous things. So I shouldn't be doing that. I should just let him die right there. We need to finish this, though, because now Fiora is relevant. See, Fiora wasn't relevant before. And they're just going to start sitting on this Jax. So I want the cooldown version of, or the cooldown part of Frozen Heart. See, right now they're just getting to go Goon Squad. I think these guys are all going to die right here. We're just getting too crazy. Yeah. Jeez, why would he? He's at least Sin. Like, does he not know how Lee works? Lee falls off. Fiora busts him up late game. Dang it, who is this? Is this Elise? I think Elise is just going to jump over and kill it. No, never mind. She's late. I'll go ahead and hit these refillables. So I need to go hold mid. I kind of need to protect TF, but I kind of need to protect this mid tower too, so. So I'm stepping up a little bit close. I'm just going to put that shield up. TF does not need to come from that angle. He needs to just get up. I just need to make Callista back up off this tower. I'm really low. Why would she spit out right there? God, she's gonna die to Ashe, or to... Yeah, well, that's okay, I guess. No, it's not okay. I don't really know what's going on. I have such low health. It's just super risky. No, don't do it, don't do it. No. Well, it's one of those games, guys. It feels like it's one of those games almost every game, if you've noticed. But we've pulled out quite a few wins, so we can still do it. It's just people, you just have to figure out a way to rein them in. Like, they're just getting crazy. They're not thinking about what the big strategy is. You got to let them know.
I have tastes that aren't easily nation is born.
Because we're running out of time.
And starved.
See, so they know what to do, just no one's doing it. That's the thing.
I refuse to
Okay, so kind of warding around this area. We just saw Brand walk over here. Just gonna try to fake out. Okay, any skill shots? Okay, so they got the scuttle. Just want to make sure no skill shots hit me over this wall. Okay, so Lee can mark Fiora. I mean, we could just pick up Fiora too. I'm out of wards, which is kind of dangerous. I'm pretty tanky, but I'm not like ultra tanky. Jeez. We just don't have enough pressure. I need to ward for him more. I need to go deeper and ward. Oh, jeez, they could actually do Baron. I don't. Will they actually do it? Oh, if TF had a gold card ready right there. Gold card, baby. I thought I just used my E. Maybe I didn't. Okay, so Lee's back now, so we at least stalled for Lee, and we traded me for the Brand. Or they got... Jax was already dead. So they traded Brand for me, and we stalled it, so... Maybe I didn't have to die, but I think me for Brand is good. Like, if I didn't eat him, he was gonna live. And I think there's a chance I could... Don't do it! God, why would he... Don't do it! Oh, well, he got him, I guess. Is he just, like, straight damage? Okay, that's why... That explains a lot. Okay.
Shut down.
A heart is so easily eaten.
You need to quit chasing people, just end it.
Everyone ends downriver eventually.
Yeah, so you always want to get the inhibitors before Baron because it gives extra map pressure. Baron can give map pressure, but if you die, you lose that. The inhibitor doesn't matter if you die or not. You still get the map pressure, so... This TF's just getting crazy.
Anything of depth is deceitful. True appetite never wanes.
So he missed this one. We'll get this one.
Every heart has its own hunger. To covet is to starve.
Okay, so we just don't want to die here. They know we're going to go for Baron. We just need to make sure they can't stop that. Okay, mid's pushing in, so they have to go stop it. Yeah, they have to stop it. Now I need to stop this Brand from ulting into here. Okay, got it. He didn't get his ult off. Alright.
Let us eat voraciously and overindulge.
One more. Okay, got her. Okay, good. We got him. Alright, so we just needed a little bit of direction there just to win the game. Just tell him, hey, let's just split. Get some kills. I don't even remember how we got all those kills. Let's see. I traded around Baron. And so I got their brand out of there. And then they just caught someone else, I think, in the woods. And then just chased everyone else down. So, but the thing is, we were all together. And we were able to actually make some picks on them. I think they may have had the Baron debuff on them still. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure how that went down. I'd have to go back and watch the replay. But see, so that's the thing with Tahm. You're not going to get a lot of... It's not going to look as sexy. Like 3, 3, and 4 makes it look like I wasn't doing anything all game, right? Because I only have 4 assists. Makes it look like I was never at any plays. I was just playing really passively and just not really doing that much. Whereas Soraka, you look at just the stat line and you say, oh, 1, 4, and 16. So she's everywhere. She's making plays all the time. Well, as I explained, the main mechanic and the whole reason that you pick Tahm Kench is to eat people. And when you eat people and run away or save them, that means that you're not getting an assist for that because nobody died because you saved somebody. And so Tahm, you're usually getting people out of bad situations. And it's really hard to get assists with him because he doesn't have any heals or shields. So that's why champions with heals and shields get a lot of assists, because you just, if you're a Janna or something, you just throw a shield on, one champion, AD carry, an AoE mage, just something like that, and you get an assist for every single person that person kills. So you don't have to touch each person, you just have to shield or heal just one person who damages the other person, and you get an assist for it. So with Tahm, because he doesn't have heals and shields, that means you actually have to physically touch people to get an assist. And the only thing that I have that can really do that safely is my tongue lash. So, because you don't want to be just running into the middle of a huge scrum and auto attack people, especially because there's a brand. So I don't want to be in there. I don't want to take this extra AoE from Brand. I don't want to take AoE from Fiora or a Hurricane Callista. So I just can't get close enough to actually hit people and get assists. So that's just one thing to keep in mind with Tahm, is that you're not going to have the sexiest stat line. It's just not going to happen. But what you will do if you play him properly is win games. Because you save people. Like, I would have to go back and count how many people I saved. But, I think I probably saved 5 to 10 people at least that game. So that's 5 to 10 less deaths that our team has. Whereas these assists on Soraka, I mean, how many deaths did she really prevent? If you go back and look, like, how many people were in dire straits and she was able to pull them through? Probably not more than me. I mean, maybe. But I highly doubt it. I think that the fights that we won, a lot of that was because we were just able to power through Soraka. Now, she does, in theory, exert a lot of lane pressure, but they didn't use that. They just let us free farm with them in the lane. So even though it looks like this Callista, did a great job, she's 10 and 5, she's probably leaving the game just thinking, oh, my team feeds, I did awesome, all of this kind of stuff. If she actually went back and looked at the tape, or thought about it strategically, she would understand that she really didn't do that awesome. And the reason is we should have been completely destroyed in lane, and we managed to get very close CS. So they should have just walked up in front of the lane and just not let us CS. So that they didn't do that. So she did play better than our Ashe. Our Ashe was just kind of off. I don't know about this build either. I don't know. Anyways, but, so yeah, Tahm Kench, great pick. I think he was pretty good in this comp. I mean, it's not ideal, but I think he's better than Nami would have been in this comp, because he gets people out of, if they get brand stunned or at least snared, I can get people out. So I think he's better, and also because they picked Soraka, Nami would not have been able to do any early game pressure, and that's the whole reason that you pick Nami, is for early game pressure. So I could have maybe bubbled Soraka, but Ashe doesn't have any kill pressure. So once again, I just picked Tahm because Ashe doesn't have an escape. I know she's very squishy, even good Ashe players. It's real easy to get caught out. TF's also very squishy, so I can, save him. And I didn't know what else they had other than Elise, but Elise is enough for me to know that they could have been building a really good pick comp. So that's why I picked him. It's just I had no other information other than they have Elise and we're gonna pick an Ashe, and I think I knew we were gonna get Jackson Lisa in also. So those were kind of neutral. I mean, Nami would be good with either one, but just the safety of Ashe against an Elise was all the information that I had, and so that's what I selected. All right, what else did we learn this game? Once again, it's just a case of having, in this case, we had an early lead, as seems to be the case in a lot of our games. You know, going into the mid-game, we usually have a pretty good lead, and we just started not playing our game. So what is our game? So our game was split push with Jax because he was extremely strong, and just wave clear with TF. Like, we had pretty good siege, but they were way better at team fighting, so we just don't want to team fight, because Brand and Soraka are just great in team fights because of that AoE heal, AoE damage, and the Callista with Hurricane is way better in a team fight. So we did not want to win huge team fights. We wanted to split and go down middle with Jax. That's plan A. Plan B, if we can catch them out in the jungle, that's also pretty good because we have great skirmishers. We have Jax, and we have Lee Sin, and we have the Ashe Arrow for picks, and we have TF for picks, and I can even get in there. I didn't actually do it, I don't think, this game, warp in behind someone who was caught. But we had two semi-globals and two really strong skirmishers and an ADC that's good at catching people out. So that's kind of our plan B, was pick comp, and that's what we used to win the game around Baron. Is we got rid of their Brand. I can't remember exactly where we broke it open. I think it was when the first time they were trying to do Baron, we got rid of the Brand. I think that was it. Yeah, that's when we got the two inhibitors, and that was when the game started cascading out of control. We got rid of the Brand, and I think they just caught somebody out near the blue and just blew them up, and then other people sort of trickled in to try to save them, and they just killed them all. So we had to go with plan B, but we had a couple of plans, but all of our plans did not include big team fights because we're bad at those. So once we stopped team fighting them, we started winning a lot more. So once again, it's just figuring out what you're good at, what you're bad at, and directing your team to try to do it. So just the old Kite 4-man up middle and Jax split, I think, was kind of the best bet. And then we just eventually fell back into a just skirmish in their woods with one of their key AoE team fighter people down, and we won the game. So it's pretty good. So I do like Tahm Kench in this meta. I had the wrong item in the previous Tahm Kench game on this patch. That should be posted up. I don't remember if I've already posted it up or not, but it'll be up at the same time this one is. I do like Tahm Kench this patch. You have to get the health item. I have Equinox. You cannot give up that 500 health. Like, I still died quite a few times, but there's several times where I lived with very small amount of health, and it was because of this Equinox. And this also helps heal up your partner in lane, just so that they can sustain through, because you're probably going to be a losing lane most of the time with Tahm Kench, or at least an even lane. So that's what you want to do. Let's go for the health. Don't get the coin item on him. And then, just as I did, just think about your items. What do you need? What's doing a lot of damage? Having this locket saved us a lot. Well, we still ended up dying anyways, but it could have saved us when we were trying to push up middle and Jax dove their base when they still had their tower up. I don't remember what minute that was, but then we all ended up dying around there. So it saved us at first, the locket did. But then people re-engaged and just got caught over the wall and all that and died. But because I knew Brand was kind of strong and Elise was kind of strong, that's why I ended up getting the locket first. Even though I needed the Frozen Heart for Callista, I was just much more scared of just that burst damage, because I think we win sustained fights pretty handily with Jax. So it's really just saving people from getting bursted down. Okay, I think that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a great time casting it. I'm really glad that Tahm Kench is good. He's in. He's back. I don't think the changes affected him that much. The grayskin is relevant. I do like being able to warp places faster. We did get to use the warp some. We did definitely get a few kills in lane with it. It kind of ended up being weird because everybody teleported in. That's another thing to mention about Tahm Kench that I haven't talked about yet, just real quickly, and then that'll be the end of the episode. Is that whenever you warp in behind people, you need to make sure you have good vision, so their jungler is not going to be there also, if possible. And ideally, you need to watch teleports and just tell and I didn't do either one of these that well. I did have the wards, I think, but I forgot to pay attention to teleports. So you need to tell your top laner, just take a look, just see if they have teleport. Ask them, hey, does top have teleport? And then just say, we're going to make a play on bot with my ult. And if their top has a teleport and your team does not have a teleport, you should be very, very careful. Like, you just need to assume that top lane is going to come down there. So that's one thing that I'm guilty of not doing enough. It's just that extra level of communication there, just looking to check teleports and just always think about what happens if this person teleports in here. What are we going to do? And just letting your team know, hey, we're going to make a play down here, and be ready with your teleport. Now, I do let people kind of know that anyways, because I usually have to direct the jungler over. I have to say, hey, come right here, we'll gank. Bottom lane will warp in behind them, and most people reading the text will see, hey, there's about to be some stuff going on bottom, so they will be ready to teleport. But you need to have wards in place, and a lot of time the top lane won't tell you if the opponent has teleport or if they don't have teleport. Like, they'll think about it, hey, can I teleport down there? And they might think in their mind, no, I can't because I don't have teleport. But they won't actually vocally say that to you. A lot of times, at least at the platinum level that I've noticed, they won't tell you that. So you need to ask them specifically. You can look and see it if they have teleport in tab, but you need to ask them specifically if their lane opponent has teleport. So I imagine maybe at higher tiers like, Diamond, Master, stuff like that, people would actually say, hey, don't do that, I don't have teleport, and other top lane does. Like, they would notice that could be a big problem and they would tell you. But they won't tell you that at Platinum and below. I've never had a top laner tell me that. And I've been teleported on several times. Like, that's what won them that fight, is the Fiora, I'm pretty sure, teleported in. And yes, Jax was able to get a tier 2 and I think a base tower for it, so it was ultimately worth it. But there are definitely many situations where maybe it's not. So just take that little bit of extra communication, think one step further, and just always be thinking about what happens if they teleport here. And if the enemy team has a TF, we had the TF this time, but if they have something like a TF or something else that can roam really quickly, then just think, hey, what happens if this person joins this fight? Or what happens if the jungler's in that bush? Like, just think about that before you set up the play. And that doesn't mean that you don't do the play anyways, just be aware of all the possible problems and make a good, educated call on what to do. So that's just, Tahm Kench has a lot of coordination. That's why he has such a low win percentage. He has 45%, I think, last time I looked. I haven't looked recently. But the reason is not because he's a bad champion or because he has a bad design or anything like that. In fact, he's one of my favorite supports from a design perspective. He just has so many options and intricacies and how to do his moves, especially when and how to use his W. But the reason he's down there is because he requires a lot of communication with your team, like I just described, to play him in an optimal level. And he requires really tough decision making in terms of when you ult in, when you eat your partner, whether you should stack your taste and then stun them with your tongue and then eat them for the chain CC, or whether you should use your tongue to initiate. That was not as hard. Usually I just use the tongue, although a lot of times I should probably maybe wait a little bit and then save it for the stun. But I just try to stack it up as fast as possible and eat them, just to disable them. And for maximum damage, because if you tongue them first, then hit them twice, and then eat them, then your tongue lash is going to be up by the time you can spit them out. And then you just spit them out and tongue them immediately, and that's a good little damage combo that'll take off like half of somebody's health. But anyways, the bottom line is there's a lot of intricacies to Tahm, and you need to be able to communicate effectively to use him well. You can do that in solo queue, for sure, but you need to be proactive and just don't assume that your team is going to know what's going on or tell you important things, because a lot of people have never played Tahm Kench. They don't really understand how he works, so you just have to direct them about how all that works. So definitely try him out. If you haven't tried Tahm Kench, he's really, really good versus assassins. But play some normal games with him first. Just get the hang of it. Get the hang of calling out things to people. And just get the hang of when to eat people, when to eat opponents versus when to save allies. Usually you should save it for eating allies. But if you think you're going to be able to get a kill on somebody, or if there's just a tank that's going to stick on your ally anyways, even when you spit them out, then consider eating the tank. Okay, that's it for this episode. Hope you had a great time watching it. I hope we learned some things. Once again, it just came down to just directing the team to identify what your game is, how do you win the game, and then directing your team to do that. And once we did that, we weren't able to go with our plan A, but we were able to go with plan B. So it ended up working out very well for us. But they're just, as is a similar pattern with most of our games, we get ahead early, we get taken out of our game, we start playing their game, these sort of broken up team fights, and then they win. So you need to figure out how you win, how you can play your game. All right. Well, thank you. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please consider liking, subscribing, or potentially even sharing. If you have some friends that you know might enjoy this content that look for full games, they want to learn how to play support better or play just any lane better in terms of making calls and thinking about compositions and how to win, then just direct them to the channel. Let them know. Remember, every time you subscribe, it not only shows your support, but it helps bring more viewers in here, which is also awesome. So all of these really help out a ton. In the future, I think I'm also going to call out, kind of like what I did that game, if I just have some extra brain power to do it. Not only what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, but also what other people on my team should be doing and what people on the enemy team should be doing in an optimal situation. So that helps me understand the situation better, vocalizing it, and I think that will help give you even more insight. So that way, even if you're not a support main, you can still sort of get into that support mentality and apply that to other lanes as well. All right, well, that's going to be it for this episode. Stay tuned. There'll be a lot more Tahm Kench coming up soon, and probably Nami. I might sprinkle in some Alistar. I tried a game with him the other day. We were in a good place. I think I did very well that game. My team just made so many mistakes, and we just got stomped out, so I just didn't post that one up. But might see some Alistar soon. He's still very viable, but definitely lots of Kench, lots of Nami, so stay tuned for that. We should have some great episodes coming up soon. All right, I look forward to seeing you in those episodes. Have a wonderful evening.